But I'll tell you who is a complete piece of shit. I'm going to tell you right now.
There have been a lot of swear words at this
Tim
table today.
Walz,
Okay.
the governor of Minnesota, holding up a phone in front of a rally saying, well, we thought we were going to wake up and find out the president had died. Someday it'll happen. Someday it'll happen. I used to say he was the biggest buffoon in American politics, but it's worse now. No political official, no elected official should be walking around saying, well, I'm hoping we wake up one day and the president of the United States has died. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yes, this is extremely concerning. It should not be happening. This was my reply under this video. I don't care who you are or what party you support. This kind of discourse should not be tolerated from our elected leaders. If he had an Arab behind his name, I would say the same thing, but you correctly point out that the reaction would be far different. The takeaway is that such language is okay against one, but not okay the other. They have thrown all the rules out the window for Orange Man ban. This was my reply under this claim.
So the biggest trend in the world right now is saying that Trump is dead. Thinking that President Trump is simply because he allegedly took a few days off shows how active he has truly been as president. God forbid my president takes a little me time. Mind you, Joe Biden took off damn near 6 months and not a single Democrat raised questions about it. But what's truly disgusting is how many people are celebrating the possibility of our president dying. President Trump has sacrificed so much for our freedoms, but even just on a non-political, simply human level, conservatives prayed for Joe Biden when he was diagnosed. So seeing this reaction and the thousands of posts like it tell me exactly what the difference is between the left and the right.
Hell no.
Several days later.
Now it's about midnight on August 30th. You are going to see a lot of left-wing, big-name influencers peddling the conspiracy that Donald Trump is. This was all started because Laura Kozian, I think that's how you say her last name, she is a freelance foreign policy journalist who's very well respected, tweeted out that she thinks it's weird that President Trump has not had a public event since Tuesday and does not have any public events going into this weekend. Now, I'm going to tell you the real reason I think that is because there's a pretty good explanation for that. But ever since she tweeted this, left-wing Twitter is celebrating like it's 1999. I am so sick of these people claiming that, you know, when they go low, we go high. We're the party of morals and decency. They're celebrating Trump right now on bullshit rumors.
Word on the streets is that man passed. Word on the streets is that man passed. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or nothing, but it seems a little bit too serendipitous that he perished on Labor Day weekend when everybody already got they grills ready. Everybody already about to barbecue. People got a day off. I don't know. This seems too good to be true.
It's just so weird to see how absolutely deplorable and trashy and hateful and disrespectful a lot of people, especially a lot of black people, have become over this election, over a man who's actually helping our...
Yes, I believe you've seen these were people reacting to what these laborers created on social media. Everybody was furious. They could not take it any longer. The president had to reply to these people. Peter Dutze asked a question to Trump about this. His response was just okay. I don't know. If you take a look at this, President Trump reacted to leftist melting down this weekend, acting like he passed away. I didn't do any of for 2 days, and they said there must be something wrong with him. Joe will not do anything for months. You will not see him, and nobody ever said there was anything wrong with him. And we know he wasn't in the greatest of shape. I was very active over the weekend. They also knew I went out to visit some people at the club that I own pretty nearby on the Potomac River. This is Trump's reply to Libras, melting down, putting out insane clips about him. It really baffles me if these people have conscience.
A fact, maybe you don't know. On January the 17th in the year 2017, Donald Trump sent Keith Schiller and 2 goons into his internist's office and confiscated his medical records. The internist, a gentleman by the name of Dr. Bornstein, said he felt like he had been... Where are those medical records? Produce them. Why did you have them stolen? Why did you do that? Answer the question. Joe Biden, he did this. It's something with Joe Biden. Joe Biden, noun or verb of Joe Biden. That's all you could. Where are the medical records?
No, I don't necessarily think it's that. I think it's a combination of things. I think that, folks like myself who supported President Biden just remember how people like Sean Spicer on this panel treated President Biden during his 4 years about his health. We don't forget that. We are remembering that. And it's just interesting to see someone like Sean hold a completely different standard. If Biden disappeared for a week, regardless of a holiday weekend, if he had bruises on his hands, swollen ankles, he's walking weird, he has this weird clips where he can't even identify the president of Finland who's sitting in front of him. I imagine that Sean would be on your show calling for Biden to do a press conference right now. But since it's Donald Trump, well, Sean says, well, it's a holiday weekend. He's off. The guy who says he works 24/7, he's taking, he's taking a holiday weekend off. And he's just, he's playing golf. So I just find the double standard to be remarkable, but the facts remain. There are significant concerns surrounding Donald Trump's health. And I'm also really happy to hear people on this panel like you, Piers, and Sean saying that the medical records produced by doctors from Walter Reed are reliable, because Joe had a physical all 4 years of his presidency from doctors at Walter Reed, neurologists included, who'd conducted these examinations. And in every single report, he had a clean bill of health.
Yes, you might be wondering, the people who spread this info on social media, these are the group. He has a lot of paid influencers, moving around, putting out ridiculous clips and tweet about this. Even Trump was there, videos came out, Trump golfing. They did not stop. They continue to speculate, oh, this is going on, this has happened. When I watched that, I was like, are these people okay? Why are they so triggered? And I understand from this video, they're all doing this to back up the claim. Oh, when Biden was there, consecutively used to say this, they used to say that. You don't create fake news like this. It is not right. You can say other things about Trump. I'm okay with that. Don't go and put out fake news that he has passed away. That is wrong. No matter how you disagree with him politically, never do that.
Baby, because these people, they are crazy, because they always talk about how Christian they is.
Trump's hand. Y'all, I know y'all seen that decrepit hand that looked like it's ready to fall off. This is, it's funny, but it ain't funny at the same time, because we need to know what the health of our president is, and just pretend it was Joe Biden. Y'all know how they would have acted, right? We know that we've seen the cankles. We know that he has a hard time staying awake. We know that mentally he ain't there, because he loved to talk about the sharks, and he don't realize that he actually appointed the current Fed chair. He's blaming Biden for that when he actually appointed him his first term. So mentally, we know he's slow, but it's really bad. One of the songs that has come to mind as MAGA continues to try to figure out what type of attack will work on me. Just to be clear, I know some of y'all were out there and you were concerned about all the hate and that kind of stuff. I want y'all to know that MAGA there's nothing that I could ever say or do that would make MAGA be like, that's our girl, right? Because first of all, ton of racist.
I'm speechless. Thank you guys for always watching, sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. This channel is suppressed, so please continue to share the videos. As of the short clips at the end of this, you can stop here. That is for your YouTube algorithm.
Gotta stand up and fight.
Is probably the hardest place to vote in the country, just in terms of the paperwork, the requirements, the even more difficult. One of the main
in mind's limitations.
So many rules.
My choices are mine. Making this easy. People line up for my advice. Mm-hmm. And you're walking away like I'm stupid. Line up for my advice.
Mm-hmm. Going to lionize.
Why? Marriage, infertility.
How hard it is to live in the White House.
Post this morning alleging that since I said I will prevail.
It also shouldn't be racial. Call conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case, because it always is one until you...
Registration Act is
talking about
term, and you will be very...
Once again, the field was littered with does.
And black people don't want to live around ratchet black.
How bad Is his reputation going to?
It's bad.
I need to connect the dots.
Going to carry a level of weight.
Position for a rant.
And that's why on Monday, the president took a